So this is a piece based on downtown San Luis Obispo, the Mission, which is one of the California missions. And so it's a front view of the Mission with its 3 bells and the doors. Hi, I'm Ellen November. I'm an artist who works primarily with textiles and fibers. When I first started getting into this, I did have physical art shows and galleries, and I created my own website. And then over time, I was taking more specialized classes and learning certain techniques and showing my work. And then more recently, in the past 2 years, I've written books, 2 different books, showcasing my art with different themes. And now I'm having a lot of success with online art auctions. And it's a way, especially after the pandemic, of reaching thousands of people instead of a few hundred at a local gallery. And I'm partnering with nonprofits. And so they have large mailing lists. And so I give them 25% of my profits. So it's a win-win. I get their mailing list, they get money. Many of my works portray an aerial view of a place, and then it's layered in something more close-up, something representational. So it's a way of doing illustration with fabric that is representational of where I live, where I've traveled to, what interests me. And it's something that when I'm in my studio and producing, that's the space I want to be in. Time doesn't exist, and I can just create, and that's my happy place.
I'm Leon November. I'm Ellen November's husband. Met through mutual friends. We were at a gathering up at Big Bear Lake. I picked her up and drove her up to Big Bear with the rest of our friends and spent a weekend up there, and that's how I got to know her and meet her. So, and the rest is history from that. It's quite incredible just seeing all the stuff that she's able to turn out, and she's constantly working on a quilt in her studio, almost like 6-8 hours a day. So yeah, it's amazing to see her grow and the pieces, how they develop. It just amazes me, you know, how her mind works, that she's able to see these patterns and stuff. I'm currently doing an art auction with the SLO Land Conservancy because I did a series of 14 pieces based on the different geographical locations in SLO County, which is so diverse, from the Monarch Butterfly Reserve to the wineries and the great vineyards in Paso and Nipomo with the eucalyptus, and then all the cities on the ocean. So this ties in with the Land Conservancy because it's about SLO. Well, my favorite piece, and I call it my signature piece, is called House of Guns. And I got the idea for it in 2016 when the Congress of the United States would not even bring to the floor the discussion of gun safety and gun sense. And I'm a member of Moms Demand Gun Sense. And I just find these school shootings and other mass shootings just so horrific. So that really touched me, and I came up with a visual, could have been in the shower, I'm not sure, of the US Capitol in DC made up of automatic weapons. And so I had some fabric made up. I designed my own fabric of large and small automatic weapons. I had it printed. I cut each gun out individually, created the dome with it, added embroidery and other techniques. And I've shown it to people and they get it right away. They get the message. I don't have to explain anything. And it was received into a show called Threads of Resistance, which traveled the US for 2 years. There were only 50 pieces in it. And I'm very proud of it because it speaks all by itself, and it's something that I believe in. It makes a statement.
So my name is Catherine Nelson. I've lived in San Luis Obispo for about a year, but I've always loved the Central Coast. We moved up here from Southern California after the pandemic. Ellen had done this beautiful series of Hearst Castle inspired pieces that she brought to show off for a fundraiser at the Monday Club. So I bought them through a fundraiser that she did with them. I just love how she depicts local subjects, but she brings in, things from all over the world. The fact that she used pieces of an Indian sari and old maps and things that showed the diverse influences in the architecture at Hearst Castle, like the Moorish influences and the patterns. I just think she captures it in a creative way that a traditional watercolor might not.
Just lately, I'm using the word confident, and I don't think I've previously used the word confident, that I feel confident as an artist. I've published 2 books, I'm in shows, I'm asked to speak places, people appreciate my work, people buy my work, and I'm like, at this stage in my life, I can say, I feel confident as an artist.